Hey, this is Ricky Kinnerly Cichlids. In this video we're looking at the two whats. What, may you ask, are my two whats? Well, one of them is, what am I feeding my Frontosa cichlids? And something unusual. What is my favorite algae? Do you have a favorite algae? Stay tuned for this video. Before I tell you what fish food I'm feeding my Frontosa cichlids, I'm just going to go ahead and put some in there and let you see if they really like it. Now these Frontosas have been fed this quite often, so they should go right for it. Once one starts, they'll all start. Now these are graceful fish, and sometimes they get a little bit carried away when they're eating, but they're pretty graceful when they eat too. So they kind of go up there and ones, twos, and threes and eats the food. They're really liking it. I'm really impressed with how they've enjoyed this food. They're always hungry. Now before I used to feed like once every other day artificial crab meat, which I still recommend that if you want to get your Frontosas to breed. But this fish food I'm feeding every day, which I think is probably better because it means that the food is passing through their system a little bit quicker and easier, and also they're hungry every day, which is a good sign. I really like that. They don't get the I'll just be honest with you, they don't get constipated with too much protein. So let me show you what food I'm feeding while they're eating in the background. Hopefully I won't scare them. So this food is the omnivore food from the aquarium co-op. It's been doing so, really good for the last few weeks. Pretty impressed. The water quality is improving. Things are looking good. My fish are actually growing at a faster rate. I've noticed that in my baby cichlids more so than the bigger Frontosas because they grow really slow. But if you're looking at raising fish, the omnivore pellet mix is really good food. And you can get it for 25% off for your first time buyer from Aquarium Co-op. So check out Corey's video on the fish food that you can get from him, and he lists a nice code there for you to get 25% off your first order. So let's go to the next what. So what is the next what? What? The next what is my favorite algae. So let's look at that. So to get a better idea of what my favorite algae is, I'm going to show you a few things that's not my favorite algae. So I'll show you those. Okay, things a little bit stirred up because of the feeding, but you look back there on the back of the glass, there's some algae. And it's kind of a hairy algae, and it looks kind of reddish black. I don't like that. I don't like that algae at all. It's really hard to scrape off. A lot of times it's on the back of the glass, and that makes it even worse. It is a pain, so I don't like that algae at all. So I'm going to lead up to why I want my favorite algae. Well, let me show you some more algae in this aquarium that I don't like. Now you have to look really closely. Alright. See there on the glass right here? There's some algae. It's brown. Now it may be diatom, but regardless, it could be algae, could be diatom. It has to be scraped off. It is a pain, and it is also in competition with the same nutrients, even if it's diatoms, the same nutrients that algae, go for. So I don't like that. Now let's look at this plant here. This Anubias plant is covered with, looks like the black beard algae. It's really unsightly. Really unsightly. And a lot of times you have to cut those leaves off to make it look nice, because even if the algae dies back, the leaf has kind of been attacked by the algae and has spots in it and so forth. So it's really unsightly. Really unsightly, and it's not a favorite algae at all. You can get a new growth and it won't be algae in there for a while, but eventually that algae gets on there. So those are like 3 types of algae that you see in this particular aquarium that I cannot stand. Now, why do I have a favorite algae? Because the favorite algae looks awesome and competes with the 3 algae I just showed you. So let me show you those. That algae, because it is awesome, and I finally got it back in my aquarium, so let me show you where it's at. So this is my Frontosa grow out aquarium. You see the Anubias there, and there's really not too much algae on there. No black algae, no red algae. But look at the algae down here. Let me show you with my finger there. Right down here. It's amazing. And I'll give you some close-up shots of that. I love it. It gets on the rocks here. Look at that right there. And it looks great. So let me get some close-ups of that. Now look how it's growing on that rock there. It's looking really impressive. Most people who have seen that in my aquariums wanted some. They wanted to get a little bit in their bag when they were buying fish, when I used to sell fish from my house. They love it. Very impressive algae. Competes with the other algae. It's a stronger algae, so if you have an algae problem, this algae will outcompete some of your other algae. Now you see there's some algae on the glass here. If I get more and more of this algae down here growing, then it's going to outcompete that algae I don't like. And it looks more like a plant. If you look here, it's really impressive. It's like a plant. It's a little furry, looks green, it's not black and disgusting. And it's easy to clean out. If you think you got too much of it, you just get a net. You know, it also sticks to the substrate a little bit, but you can get a net and get it out of there, no problems. I'm loving it, and it's keeping the water quality for these Frontosas a lot better. And it's taking care of those nitrates, and it's growing really good. Now, how I got it to grow back in this aquarium is I increased the lighting on this aquarium up to 12 hours again, because I have mixed shifts, work shifts, so I want to be able to watch my aquariums when I'm home, but I also don't want to have to turn them on and off all the time, so I have it set for 12 hours, so it'll be on 12 hours by a timer. Now if you look back here in the aquarium, you see the mineral stains. If you have those in your aquarium, check out my how to get rid of aquarium mineral stains. It's really easy, doesn't take much time. So this is my aquarium Frontosa grow out aquarium. They're doing really good. Look at the coloration of those. And look how they look with that algae on that rock. It looks impressive. Here I'm giving you a little bit different view of the aquarium with that algae in there. It's looking good. Now look at that algae on the glass. It's not doing, it's something you don't want. The algae on the rocks you want. So the more of that algae, the less algae you're going to have on the glass. It's going to be a great looking algae. And you're going to enjoy your aquarium so much better without having to do so much maintenance about cleaning the algae off your glass, because you have a competing algae, which is this algae right here. It looks great. You don't find it actually when you go to the aquarium and fish stores. You don't see this in the fish store. Somehow I got it. It can be in water. The algae cells can be in water. So somewhere I got it, and I was able to grow it back in this aquarium by changing the light spectrum and the amount of time it's been on. So that's something you want to check out. Competing algae is great for your aquarium, and it's exciting. It can look really good. Not algae looks bad. This one looks good. Another thing to consider about having, your favorite algae in your aquarium, especially with Frontosas, once they get to be about 4 inches big, you know, they'll tear into your plants. You can see the plants pieces here that they've tore up recently. This is some anubias. So, you know, having a great looking algae in your aquarium, especially for your frontosas, is something you would consider once they get to a certain size, because plants, it's just not going to happen. They'll tear up. They just go and they're like that, you know, they tear into them. So thanks for watching the two whats. What was my favorite food? And what was my favorite algae? So what is your favorite food? And what is your favorite algae? Do you have one? Thanks for watching.